Hello YouTube, it is Monday night and we're going to try and play a little bit of Phantasy Star Online. So you might notice that the setup is slightly different here tonight. That's because I'm actually not in my office anymore. So it's not a bad thing, it's just that we need more space in the office. So the office I was previously recording in that had my computer and all this kind of stuff had to move out of there. So now I'm in the basement area. It's actually a lot. I took some getting used to, I gotta admit. Maybe one day I'll give you a little bit of a tour of what the basement looks like, but it's a pretty cool little man cave, for lack of a better term. And I thought originally when I was going to bring my computer down here that it's going to be a little bit too claustrophobic, but I'm actually starting to get really used to it. I kind of like what I've done with the place. The sheet's just in the background right now because I've got some stuff going on in the back, and there's no need to get distracted. But yeah, other than that, it's been pretty busy. That's why I haven't been on in the last week. I did get a couple of really cool pickups, including something I want to show you guys in a second. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the delay. What I want to show you guys is something really cool. So I've always wanted something like this, and I don't know, I guess it was just one of those things where I didn't really want to take the plunge on the amount of cost at the time, and fortunately I managed to find something at a pawn shop, or sorry, at a thrift store, and it makes me wonder why anybody would have actually got rid of this. Like, thrift stores typically run on donations, right? And they're not, the people that are donating the stuff, obviously they don't get any money for it or anything like that, but it just blows my mind why somebody would buy something so specific, like the thing I'm going to show you, and they would choose just to get rid of it, just throw it away. The only thing I can think of was because it was missing one particular cable. So I did have to buy the replacement cable, which took a little while to come in because the replacement cable, it costs a little bit of money if you're going to buy the official one. So I ended up buying a third-party one for a fraction of the cost. It still wasn't, terribly cheap, but it was pretty cheap. And I've been playing around with it for the last couple of days, and it's just, wow, it's something. So rather than just tease you with it, it's nothing gaming related, but it is something music related. So what I ended up getting was this right here. So this is the Roland GR33 guitar synthesizer pedal. So it's not like most multi-pedals. This one acts as a synthesizer, and the way it works is you put a special pickup on the bridge of your guitar that acts as a MIDI controller, and you send it out through the 13-pin MIDI cable into the guitar synthesizer, and essentially you control this entire synthesizer piece like a MIDI, using the guitar as a MIDI controller, and it sounds fantastic. I'm gonna try and mix some audio in and see if I can kind of get it just to kind of demonstrate what it sounds like, but it's really, really wild. Now I know I've only been practicing with it for about a week or two now, so I know a fraction of what you can possibly do with it. But the things I was able to do so far, like even just the basic sounds, are pretty amazing. So I'm not really going to get into anything too crazy or technical, but I am going to show you guys a couple chords. So in order for me to do that, I'm actually going to need to turn off some sound coming in from the mic. So I'm going to turn the mic off, put on my guitar, and strum you a couple chords and just let you know what it sounds like. So keep in mind, actually I'm going to show you what the pickup looks like. So here is the pickup. So it's a special pickup right here, and it's a soft mod onto the end of your guitar. What you do is you plug the 1/4-inch jack into here. You're able to mix in the guitar sound from the pickups and mix in the sound from the bridge. So this right here is actually just stuck on with a little sticker. It's not a permanent mod at all, and the information is run through here. You can just run dry guitar, mix, or use what's called the GA board. So it goes out like this little MIDI cable. You can control the volume right here, or the velocity, I guess it is, volume, and you can change your patches with buttons right here. So let me just demonstrate for you really quick on some of the things this thing can do. It's gonna mean that I need to turn off couple of things. So I'm going to turn off the mic because I don't want the mic picking up the sound of the guitar, and I'm going to turn off the background music as well. Okay, so we're going radio silent for just a second, guys, and I'll count you in 1, 2, 3 when I'm ready. Hey guys, so I hope that picked up. I wasn't quite sure if it was going to patch through because I'm actually mixing through a couple of mixers right now. But yeah, it's a really, really cool kind of pedal. I'm really enjoying this a lot. Again, it's a soft mod. All you do is you put this special pickup onto the back of where your strap holds, right? And you can make full on, the chords will act as, you know, whatever chords that you want to put in. So if you want to change the patch to a piano, you'll make piano chords. It's got some arpeggio settings, so that way you can just strum it out and just let it play. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll show you what the arpeggio sounds like, because that's pretty cool too. It means I'm going to have to switch to a different kind of patch. So we're going to go radio silent once again. I'm going to show you what the arpeggio sounds like. So there you go. So yeah, I noticed that there's a bit of lag coming through the audio, but I think it's because of the DAW setup I have. It's causing a bit of lag. If I do patch out through the phones, it sounds like it's basically lagless. But yeah, really cool pedal. I know that they've made some different ones, but for the price I paid 80 bucks for everything Canadian. So that's not too bad. Plus I had to spend another 30 on the actual cable that plugs into the pedal. So really happy with that. I've been playing around a lot with that lately actually, and it's been a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna get quite a kick out of it, especially with the MIDI out features. So that means I can control different kind of synthesizers I have around the house as well. Now I know I just kind of showed you guys a couple chords, didn't really kind of get into it or anything like that, but you know, it's just for demonstration purposes, and to be quite honest, I'm pretty compact here in my little area. So I'm just gonna take everything off here, and I'm going to clear up some space, and we're going to play some Phantasy Star Online. Right, great. Thank you for indulging me in my rock stardom. Okay, So let's get right at it before we get too distracted. Let's fire up the Dreamcast and see who we can find online tonight. Alright guys, thanks for the support. Yeah, I know it's kind of... The thing is, when I'm playing it, because I don't have a monitor, I can't really hear what I'm playing back. I'm playing directly into the DAW. I'm just kind of playing some simple chords because I know they're safe and I know that I can't really screw them up. So that's why I was kind of doing it that way. But if I did have a monitor, like if I had monitor headphones or something like that, I might be able to do something a little bit more fun. It's been actually a while since I've played around with my guitar, to be quite honest. I've been using a lot of synthesizers and beat machines and things like that, which are great. They're a lot of fun. But I did have a pretty strong background in guitar for quite a long time. I took classical for a number of years. I got a eighth grade diploma in classical, and then I kind of gave up when it was started to focus primarily on things like theory, just stuff that really didn't interest me. I was mostly interested in technique and, you know, just a lot of finger picking type stuff, which was a lot of fun. The one thing I really liked doing was entering the competitions, to be honest, because as a young kid, it gave you an opportunity to make some money. So what I would do is I would go into these Kiwanis competitions, and you know, if you won, you generally did quite well for yourself. Give me 1 second, guys. I just realized that my broadband adapter is not plugged in, so let me get that before we get too lost. Just one of those incidentals I was not about. Right, so let's plug this in and get started. Otherwise you're going to see me get frustrated at this machine, why it's not connecting, blaming the server, and it ends up being ridiculously simple and obviously my fault. Okay, again, just one of the things of starting up this new little space. I don't have everything 100%, and I'm sure there's going to be some bumps along the way. So yeah, as I was saying, I would enter these competitions as a kid. They were great, but the best competition to enter would be the trios. And the reason I'd like to enter the trios is because nobody else would compete, so it just meant easy money for me. So I'd go there with these two guys, and we kind of sucked. We weren't that great. And we'd enter a trio, we'd be the only one, so then by default we'd come in first place every time. So it just meant, you know, okay, first place, here's your $100 check, and thanks for performing. So it's an easy way to make $100 as a kid. All right, welcome to the summer event. Oh, cool, Frantic Fawn is on. All right. So why are we frozen? Interesting, that's never happened to us before. Okay, you know what? This is not good. We're able to type in. For some reason, our controller is not working. Okay, that's working. So why are we not able to move? Okay, I really hope my Dreamcast controller isn't kaput. Okay, let's try that again, guys. Wow, okay, can't win for trying here tonight. Okay, so we've got that plugged in like that. All right, let's try that again. Now we know that it obviously works because we were able to scroll around. I wonder why it wasn't working in-game. So when we get to the main menu, I'm gonna try and use my... So we know that works. I guess maybe I can't use my thumbstick here. Okay, so we got that. Let's go online games, Phantasy Star Online, and try again. That's very bizarre. I hope my thumbstick isn't broken. I wouldn't know why it would be. I mean, I've been using it for quite a while with no issues, and I haven't really heard of too many people having issues with their thumbstick not working. Anyways, no big deal. We'll jump back in, and I'm sure it'll correct itself. I'm sure it's just sort of a glitch in the server. Okay, so let's hit start. Sonic Team. Going back to the splash screen. Okay, so we know our buttons all work. That's not a problem. Click OK. Online. Yes. 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 Alright, and we'll try again. Worst case scenario, I'll just switch out controllers. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Connecting. And here we are. Okay, Altamira. Block 1. Okay, here we go. So obviously it was just a glitch in the server. Did I lose all my cash? I did. Okay, so let's try restore 1. And we got our cash back. Cool. Okay, so what we want to do then is we want to save this to our card by disconnecting, and then we'll jump back in. That's really bizarre. I didn't know why. I've never had that happen to me before, where the thumbstick is not working, the analog stick is not working. Again, it's probably just a little glitch with the server, but these things happen. Okay, cool. So jumping in, select a memory card. Okay, and hopefully this time we will not have any issues. Perfect. Now, I did hear that Silverant, the server, if you're officially registered there, they're offering some new features. One of those features that they're offering, I guess, is I think it's the ability to enter in hacked weapons. So, I mean, I think we've discovered in the past that people have been using hacked weapons in this game. And, okay, cool. And occasionally I've been booted out, but overall it's been pretty good about getting rid of hacked weapons, and I think it's for the best. I don't know what the advantage to having hacked weapons would be, but I guess they're probably giving you that option through certain games. In legit mode is the one that they're enabling, so maybe people know more about that than I do. But I thought I'd bring that to your attention. Okay. Hi, Bad Bitch. Alright. Who is Bad Bitch? Hey, hey. Alright, listen to that theme music. That would be Sonic Adventure stuff. So Frantic Fauna means that we get to get some surprise Easter eggs from Sonic characters. There's Dr. Robotnik. You got it. Okay. Can you drop a pipe? Cool. I started over. Oh, okay, so they're just starting a new character. I've been debating that myself. Alright, cool. So, who else do we have in here? Nobody. There are a couple of other... I think Tails is hiding here somewhere. I think they're over in the medic lab here. And I think over at the guild counter, actually, there's somebody as well. Yeah, so Tails is over here. There's Tails. And if we get enough people on, we should do the quest. Frantic Fauna is pretty cool, but you need a BBA to complete it. If you're on DreamPi, it crashes in the end. Awesome. Cool. So we might actually be able to do Frantic Fauna. I guess it just uses too much bandwidth. I'm on BBA. You might remember a couple of earlier videos that I used to post when I was trying to play Frantic Fauna. Nah, had it for about a year now. Started with DreamPi, but figured I could use a BBA since I play a lot of PSO. I think I spent about 180 CAD for a brand new in-box from Japan. Okay, there's the pipe there. Cool, let's jump in and see what we can find. Yeah, so the thing with the BBAs is if you are going to get a BBA, don't worry about whether it's a US BBA or Japanese BBA. They all work the same. All the peripherals are not region locked, so you don't have to worry about it not working on your system. It'll work just fine. Okay, so where's our partner here? Where'd ya go? Trimate is the best for my mag. Gonna buy some more Trimate. Okay. There's nobody in... Okay, this is where they went. So let's try and find them. Assuming they went down this way. I'm not really seeing too much. They escape over here? No. Are you going back to Pioneer? Alright, so I'm feeding my mag. Alright, cool. Alright, so I think I'll be back to the battlefield soon. No problem. Okay, so I assume they warped. Nope, they didn't warp up here. Alright, well, let's just get a head start on some of these enemies. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. Okay, the good news is I think we're gonna do all right in very hard. I'm always kind of nervous about getting into battle on my own, only because I can't really do much in terms of buffing, and I can't really do much in terms of healing or anything like that. So I rely pretty heavily on characters that can boost my defense in order to play properly. So hopefully we'll find out if Bad Bitch's character can do that. Although we do just seem to be doing fairly well at the moment, so I'm pretty confident we're going to be okay. Okay, item. Just dropped a mag. Alright, cool. So we're going to wait for Bad Bitch to catch up, because we're going to jump right to the dragon. And speaking... Yep. Speaking of new pedals that I got too, so I got this in a trade as well. I've wanted one of these for a while. So it's the Boss Metal Core. So why is this pedal so interesting and so special? Well, it's not really that special, but it is great for getting a super heavy kind of like late 90s industrial sound out of your guitar, and I've always really liked that crunch. I've kind of liked two types of guitar tones. I've liked either like the really heavy, thick wall of sound guitar tone, or if I'm going to be using distortion, I really like using my favorite pedal of all time for that is the DoD Classic Fuzz. And unfortunately, I've sold mine twice. I've had it twice, and both times I've sold it. And I really want it back, but it's become a little bit more coveted lately. It used to be a fairly cheap pedal. You could find it in most pawn shops for like 30 bucks, but Fortunately, times have changed. I think more people have gone wise to it, and on the used market, it's about $150 nowadays. But did you say you dropped a mag? Nope. A pipe. Telepipe. I think you mistyped. Well, let's see. Dun 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 dun. Chat. Log window. Coming, where are you? Yep, did you say you dropped a mag? Be my mag, are you back to Pioneer? Just dropped a mag. Ah, I screwed up. Just read the log. Yep. Yep, you are right. I typed mag. I think I had an angel wing at some point, but doesn't do a droid much good. Okay, let's see what we got. I don't think we have any of our mags on us. Our extra mags, rather, but that's okay. So let's just feed this guy in the interim. Boom, boom, boom. Level up. I tried making my character sexy. Cool. I don't think I can... Sorry. I tried to make my character short and stocky, like myself. Actually, specifically, I think you're short in real life. I guess so. I think I'm about 5'8". I'm about 5'8" or 5'9"-ish. Yeah, there you go. 5'8" or 5. Oh, okay, 5'9", 5'10". I don't know. I don't think I've ever really measured properly since high school. Which was ages ago. Maybe I've shrunk in my old age. Nah. Let's do it. Boom! Okay, so let's go and fight. Let's go and fight the dragon. We'll see how far we get. Maybe we can try Frantic Fauna with 2 people, but generally it's a lot more fun if we have a full team. We've both got BBA players, which is great. It means we're not going to have too many issues. And who knows, we might even be able to finish it if we play it on a lower level. We'll give it a try. Okay. In the meantime, let's just get rid of this dragon. Oh my goodness, so much slower than... So much slower than when we play it on ultimate mode. Okay, we're probably going to polish this guy off fairly quickly. I don't even think he's going to be able to... Oh, he might be able to dive. Boom, boom, boom. See if we can tag him in the air. Probably not. We don't have a whole ton of range on this weapon. Ah, that's okay. Alright, so let's just run around and make sure that he doesn't paralyze us. Alright, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, hiding out there somewhere. And we dodged him. Perfect. Okay, come on, you son of a gun. Oh, okay, cool. So I don't imagine he's gonna last too long after this. Boom, 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 and he's done. Sweet. Well, even though this is very hard and it's only the dragon, we still get a decent chunk of XP. What do we get again? Is it 4,100? That's pretty decent. I'm happy with that. I think if you were to weigh the cost of playing an ultimate as opposed to very hard in terms of just how quickly you can defeat the bosses, sometimes it might even be in your best interest to play very hard just to kind of blast through everything, because you're going to get through the level a lot quicker on very hard. And you know, even though you might not get as much XP, if you equate the time it takes to complete the level, you might make more in the end, just in terms of adding time to the equation. Okay, back to Pioneer 2 we go. Okay, how is everybody doing in the chat? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so just going over here, Fantasy Boy. Yeah, I'm not sure when Alex Kidd's birthday is, to be honest. I'm sure if we looked on Wikipedia, we could find that out. Yes, if you're using PAL, you can definitely play online with us. Not a problem. People play with PAL games all the time. That's a non-issue. Charles Harvey, yes. Classic pedal, I enjoy it. I think you're referring to the metalcore, but even if you're referring to the classic fuzz, yeah, it's one of my faves. Okay, okay, let's see if we can feed our Meg, and then maybe we'll buy some more Dimates. Did you want to check the lobby? We could check the lobby, yeah. Sure. Nothing to lose by trying. Alright, so let's just feed our mag first before we go back to the lobby. Alrighty, you stay put, okay? Yeah. No prob. Well, that came out wrong. I got it. I've been called worse, believe you me. I've been treated worse. No worries. If all I get called is a dog today, it's going to be a good day for me. Okay, and are we going to break? Yes, we are. Level 101. Sweet. Okay, so let's stock up on our Dimates again. I don't really think we have much to sell. Okay. Dimates. And let's get out of here. Okay, so. Oh, there's Sonic hiding over here by the Tecker. Let me see if I can get a better angle. There you go. Is anybody hiding over here? I can't remember. Nope, just Sonic hiding by the Tecker. I know if you go to certain parts of the forest, you can find other Sonic characters as well. Okay, items. Do I have anything here I need to sell? Got a lot of Scape dolls. Okay, drop that mono grinder. Don't really need it. We'll keep that. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, we've got the Heaven Punisher on board. And we had that Angel Wing mag somewhere. Take. Item. Don't think I'm ever going to use it. So if we do... Okay, we got the hit material. Okay, we can take that. Maybe we gave the Angel Wing away. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it would appear we did. Okay, no problem. Please come again. let's say, let's drop all our stuff here. Whoops, we don't want to drop our Meseta. We'll keep that on board. And what is this again? Old, okay. Who gave us this? I can't even recall. Well, let's just drop it in the bank anyways. And maybe we can find somebody that's an 80 plus character that can use it. God shield. Perfect. Okay, we're good to go. So, let's see if we can find our partner here and see who else is going to be playing tonight. Now, who's back here? Okay, it's Knuckles. That's who's back there. Alright, cool. So while we're waiting for our partner to come back, because they're going to come back either way. Okay, there we go. Bad bitch is coming back in. Any luck? They haven't quite burst through yet, but I imagine they will. Dun, da, da, da. There we go. Any luck? Okay, no prob. Who is in normal mode? Asked if they want to do a quest. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, they aren't doing anything except for feeding him egg. Okay, well, I'm not too interested in that. Wanna try Frantic Fauna? Okay, we can give Frantic Fauna a try on this. Yep. Okay, let's see if our partner here can find it. Otherwise, we can maybe guide them along. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to find it. In the events section. Okay. Pretty confident in the event section anyways. Okay, well, while they are waiting to find that, let's just see what's going. Oh, what did they say? Switch to my computer for a sec. Okay, no problem. I missed what you said. Check events. I should be able to see it there. Don't know how, but I'll look. Okay, event. Frantic Fauna, yes. Okay, we're gonna do it. Perfect. Thank you for coming back. My name is Horace, and I assigned to study the area around Central Dome. As you know, there was a large explosion of unknown origin on Ragol. We have recently located debris in Pioneer 1 in orbit around the planet. Unfortunately, the orbits of some of the debris have decayed. As a result, we have seen some of it returning to the planet's surface. Most recently, a probe crashed near the Central Dome. The probe is leaking radiation and Ragol's wildlife is being affected. We performed an emergency evacuation of the area, and we tried to establish a containment system, but the radiation is still spreading. It has already agitated the monsters near the Central Dome, and previously rare monsters are appearing with more frequency. If the contamination continues to spread at the current rate, even Pioneer 2 will be at risk before long. UGB, we need you to deactivate the probe before it's too late. Take this, it'll give you security clearance to the restricted area. Got the keycard, yay! Due to the radiation systems near the central dome are already unresponsive, you may need to use force to disable the security system. Okay, blah 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 blah. You probably weren't expecting to survive how you were expecting to survive the radiation. In the rush to evacuate various equipment left behind. With this in mind, I created a special microchip since I returned to Pioneer 2. If you connect it to one of the weather stations in the central dome, it will modify the unit system and provide you with radiation protection. Got the microchip. Okay. I should also warn you that the radiation is interfering with the teleportation around the central dome. Once you are on Ragol, you may not be able to return to Pioneer 2. Only the main teleporter seems to be working right now. Until the probe is deactivated, I suggest you bring plenty of supplies. Please hurry, UGB. The fate of Pioneer is in your hands. Alright, sounds good. Okay, we should stock up on supplies. Yep. Once we're in, we can't tally out. Bum 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 bum. I kinda stopped buying PC games over the last year, but I have about 150. I was thinking of a full set, but kind of got distracted. I have a lot of the heavy hitters, which make it easy to get a full set, like Sonic Limited Edition. I need Ill Bleed still, but I have a ton of more expensive stuff before it got crazy expensive. So I just need about 4 more expensive titles, and the rest are fillers. 75 is good. I wish I got it about 2 years ago when it was still a $50 game. Okay, so what do we got here? Do we have everything? Let's go do a mission. I'm not slowing you down. No worries at all. Okay, so we got lots of dimates. Do we have lots of trimates? No, we don't. So let's fill up on trimates. Everything that will keep you alive. Okay, so let's get some more trimates just in case we run out. Now we are playing on very hard, so there's a good chance we'll do okay. And we don't need anything here. Now I realized I just dropped a bunch of mono grinders and a hit material in the last quest. We left it, which means it is now gone forever. No big deal. Okay. Let's wait for our partner here. Come back. And what else is going on in the chat? Like how PSO brought back the mag and the mag feeding system. So maybe you can enlighten me. Is that something that was in the original Phantasy Star games? Because I've actually not played the original Phantasy Star games. It's always been my intention to. I have them on my PSP portable. Well, PSP is the portable system, but PlayStation Portable in an emulator, and I was thinking of playing it that way, but I currently do not have a Master System, and I'm not really interested in paying a $100 plus for a Master System copy. So, that being said, I'm not that familiar with the original series, to be quite honest. Okay. Sorry, I just have to charge my USB. It seems to be cutting out a little bit. Alright, let's do the quest. You are hearing Sonic Adventure because we are currently in the it's the Frantic Fauna seasonal event. So when you jump into Pioneer, you're always going to see Sonic themed stuff, and actually all the quests here are Sonic themed as well. So you're going to be seeing a lot of Sonic stuff. Alright, where are we here? Dun, 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 dun. Oh yes, we need to drop the key card. Yes. Okay. Drop. Come on, drop it. Drop your key card. Come on, bring it in. Punch it in the machine. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Come here. Hit A. Okay, perfect. Now we're unlocked. Alright, what do we got here? Soul Atomizer, don't really need it. Oh wow, okay, now I remember what makes this quest a little bit more unique is the fact that the enemies are a lot quicker. It appears as though we've got a decent amount of defense, so there's a good possibility we'll do okay. But as the quest progresses, you just never quite know. That being said, let's not sort of take our time with these guys. Let's blast through them as quick as possible. Okay, we'll take out these silly Rappies. And there we go. Let's make short work of this. Again, it would have been nice if we can have some support classes with us, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen tonight. And that Rappy's playing dead. Not too interested in seeing what they have to drop, so let's just keep going forward. Now, I seem to remember playing this with Kirohime at one point, and I believe there's some other, like, the quest isn't as straightforward as it appears. There's some other side quests that you can complete. Now, I'm not familiar with how to complete those side quests, so if we do make it to the end and complete it, I'm primarily going to concentrate just on the main storyline. Okay, anything here that we need? No, no. Alright, well, let's feed our mag while we've got a little bit of a break. Perfect. Guys, we're at the halfway point with our Dreamcast mag. Thank goodness. Alright, can't go through there, so what are we supposed to do? Yes, take this guy out. Okay, where is my... Forgot to mention. Earlier when I was fighting the dragon, I see your Dreamcast mag big time. It was literally in front of my face. Interesting, okay. Huh. Must have just been the way the camera decided to view it. Wasn't a bad thing. Fair enough. I liked seeing it. Alright, where are we going here? Let's go this way. Can't go wrong with a DC mag. I have a few other specialty ones, but just building this one up. Alright, cool. Oh shoot, okay, we've got to help out our friend here from dying. Keep forgetting that we are a lot stronger than they are at the moment, so let's make sure that we keep them around as long as possible. Okay, well, while we're here in the middle of a quest, which means we're probably not going to be doing so much chatting with our partner as we typically do in Pioneer, thought I'd just kind of pick everybody's brain on what they felt about the newest revelations about the Atari VCS. So, a million people have been talking about it recently, and it's all pretty much the same story. That campaign is a disaster, guys. Get out if you've backed it already. There was a small part of me, when the campaign was just announced, that was interested in supporting the Atari VCS. When they first launched the campaign, and I saw that they reached that $1 million, I gotta admit, I was kind of tempted to push that button. Fortunately, the $339 price tag, that's American by the way, means us Canadians are going to be spending close to $500 for that system. It immediately deterred me. There was no way I was going to be spending $500 on a novelty console. I mean, that's what it feels like, a novelty console. I have an original Atari, and if anything, the Atari VCS announcement has reinvigorated my interest in the Atari. The original Atari VCS. I have not really played that system in a while. For no other reason than I've just been busy with other things, but I forgot how great it is to just pick up a game and just play it until you're done. Which is actually why I've been playing a lot of my Atari Lynx lately. I don't need to invest a lot of time into it. It's just pick it up, and when you're done playing, you can just turn it off. Some games definitely require a little bit more practice than others, which is absolutely fine. I've been playing a lot of Toki recently, which is a new game pickup. I'll show you a couple of the new Lynx games that I've picked up recently. And I can only make it to the third boss at this point, but that's okay. It just means that I've just gotta get comfortable with the rhythm, much like games that I'm really familiar with. Like everybody that grew up on Nintendo can probably win Super Mario Brothers without much effort. It's just like tying your shoelace at this point. A couple of games are like that for me, actually. Mega Man 2 is another title that I can pretty much just pick up at any point in my life right now, and I can just beat, you know? Like, I don't really have to think about it too much. I can just finish that game, which is kind of nice. It does mean that I put in a lot of time as a kid, and I kind of got that muscle reflex, I guess, in my fingers, which speaks for my childhood a little bit. To be honest, I never really played a ton of video games as a kid, but it was definitely part of my lifestyle as a kid. Okay, where are we supposed to go? The difference between now and then was that we used to do it intermittently between doing other things. So what we would do is we would generally spend most of the day like swimming and touring around and stuff like that, and then we'd maybe take a break Not sure. I think it moves eventually. And we do a lot of, you know, couch co-op games and stuff like that, and never really anything with a single player experience. Okay, so are we supposed to go back? I can't recall. I think there was another door that was blocked, and we can go through it now. Don't quote me on it. Okay, we can't go through there. Can't go through there. Okay, well... Can't remember where to go. Let's just go back. No, this brings us back to the main area that we just started at. Okay, this is where we started. Okay, can we go through here now? No, we can't. That's still blocked. Okay, so what did we forget to do? Bet you if we forgot to do something extremely basic. Don't think the door. I have a few times, but it only comes up once a year, so I forget some of it. All right, back to the start. Okay, so we're back to the start. Let's figure out how to open that door and get out of here. Actually, while we're walking, I bet you somebody in the chat has probably filled me in. Okay, can't get through there. No. Okay, good enough. Let's go. Item, area map. Who gave you this red gun? I think it was Kurohime. Okay, so let's go this way, and they gave me 2 of them. Oh, cool. I ended up selling 1 for cash. Well, it happens. Okay, so where are we supposed to go here? Okay, so yeah. The Atari VCS campaign, now they've established that they're just straight up lying about what is going on with that system. Okay, fair enough. But I just gotta remind people, like, you can back out, you know? You're not sort of determined to just follow this thing through to the end. They haven't shown any games as of yet, which is, you know, not just disappointing, but, you know, like, it just makes me wonder exactly, like, who is supporting this thing, you know what I mean? Like, this is insanity. Yes, okay, what are we supposed to do? We are missing something obvious. Yes, I feel like we are missing something obvious. I think we found hell. Okay, so there's obviously got to be a switch here that we missed. Speaking of hell. Just bought the Blu-ray of The Gate. Such a classic. Yep. Same with the sequel. Speaking of hell, look what I ended up picking up. Another Canadian classic. Right here, the Blu-ray of Hellmouth. So I'm pretty excited about that. I haven't seen it yet, but it's by the same director as Pontypool. I actually just picked up the blue for Hellmouth. Okay, let's find out what we're missing here. We're missing something very obvious, guys. What are we missing? We probably missed a switch somewhere. Modern. It's by the same guys who did Pontypool. And has Julian Richings in it. He's a Canadian actor. I used to see him all the time at the YMCA by my old apartment. Okay, did we miss something in here? Was it something as obvious as a switch in here? Yes, it was. My God, come on, guys. Fuck. Missed the most obvious switch. Damn. Okay, cool. So, let's take these guys out. Alright, sweet. Now I'm pretty sure we can get out of one of these things. I'm pretty sure one of these barrels is going to move now. Okay, so sorry, I keep getting distracted. I keep trying to like articulate a small point about the Atari VCS, and one of the other things that I've been speculating that I think people are starting to realize more and more is that campaign started off with a bang. Like, it started off with over $1 million in what, 30 minutes or something like that, and I'm pretty sure everybody is confident that those are all basically shill bids to drum up interest, because I belong to a lot of groups. I'm on the Atari Age forums, I'm on the Atari Age Facebook group, I'm also involved with the Dreamcast scene as well. This seems to come up in many different forums that are sort of video game related, not necessarily Atari focused. And nobody that I can tell has purchased this stuff. Nobody has backed it. So if the people that this system was designed for didn't back it, who backed it? Who put money into the system? The only thing I can think of is that people were hired, or maybe they had a plan to front load the whole campaign with $1 million of somebody's money so that it would entice more people to join in. And the only people I could see joining in were speculators, people that thought this was going to be a coveted system and they should get all of the pre-orders and special edition copies now and try to resell them later once it's released. But here's the thing, like, you've got nothing but, you've got probably at least $1 million in shill bids. You know, ghost bids that are never going to go anywhere. Troll bids, I guess you can call them too. And then you've got, what, another $1.5 million, $2 million in speculators? Let's say 500,000 of that is maybe people that actually support, like, were curious about it and supported it. But I'm going to suspect a large chunk of that money is just people that are fence sitting, thinking that it's going to be valuable, bought 2 or 3 copies and are going to try and flip it later. Which will be interesting. Let's say that a year from now this thing actually comes out. And we see people trying to flip it. Are they going to even make their money back? I don't think so. It's such an expensive console. You know, how much are you going to try and sell it for? Are you going to try and sell it for $700? Like, there's definitely a point of diminishing returns, you know, when it comes to this kind of stuff. So it tells me that when it does come out, you're going to see a lot of these things on eBay pretty much instantly. And they haven't even announced at Atari whether or not they're going to have they're going to sell this after the campaign ends. I assume they will. Nothing's been set in stone, but that also means that this isn't in limited supply. If in the event that they actually reach their campaign goals, in the event that they actually follow through with putting this machine out, I mean, they're probably not going to stop at the Kickstarter campaign if they've made, let's say they legitimately thought they were only going to make, they only needed $100,000 to get this off the ground. Let's say that they actually believe that. Well, they blasted past that goal, which tells them hopefully that there's a large audience for this product, which tells them that it would be in their best interest to make more, especially if they get developers on board. But so far we haven't even really heard of any developers saying, yeah, we're really interested in this system and supporting it. So who's going to be making games? Is Atari going to be making first-party games? Well, Atari never made really great first-party games. They've only ever really, like, they were a system that I think pretty much got famous off of their third-party stuff, particularly their Activision catalog. That had some of the best games on the console, and a lot of their ports of arcade games as well. Like, those are not Atari games, even though they're known for being on Atari. Things like Pac-Man and Hubert and stuff like that. Pac-Man had a pretty notoriously bad port for the Atari, and there's actually a different version that you can get, a homebrew version for a couple of bucks that is allegedly supposed to be better. Although I've never played it, I am thinking about getting a Harmony cart for my Atari 2600, only because there's a lot of titles on there that I'd like to have physical cards for, but they're getting a bit more expensive. Like, I'm not too interested in spending $100 on a hero cart at this point. It's become quite popular. I never owned one. I probably should have got one last year when it was still about $30. But right now, all to buy it now is have it around $100, and it's not a game that I'm willing to spend $100 on. I have spent a little bit of money on some games that I really enjoy, including one game I recently picked up for kind of a steal, actually. It's right here. It is another one of my favorite games. I got a complete in box, actually, and that is Solaris for the Atari 2600. Another really great space shooter game. Oh, cool. It's kind of like a rail shooter. It's a lot of fun. Probably is one of those games that I would say really maxes out the potential of the Atari VCS. There are a few games on that really kind of take it to its limits. Pitfall 2 is definitely one of them, and that game is most famous for having multiple audio tracks and multiple screens. It didn't side-scroll. Well, it side-scrolled, but it didn't roll in terms of the screen scrolling, but you were able to go to multiple screens and go back and forth, which is fairly unique for that system. It was mostly known for having single screen experiences. But it also had 2 audio tracks on it, which was kind of unique at the time too, and that was done by actually using 2 different audio chips. And people lately have been trying to get Pitfall 2 running on the new Retron 77 and not really having a lot of success with that. And apparently that's because it doesn't recognize the chips, but you can load it on a ROM and it will recognize it. It just won't be able to read the chips off of the actual cartridge, which to me is a real sort of hindrance in me investing in a Retron 77. I was thinking about doing it at one point. It looked like a pretty interesting system. It does do the same thing as the Retron 5 and all of those other Retron systems, where it doesn't actually play the game through an FPGA board. It just emulates it. Apparently the Retron 77 has a licensed version of Stella, which is a really good emulator. I've played it ever since I had my 386 back in the day. It's been an emulator that's been around for a very, very, very long time. And they have an officially licensed version of it running, which is great because I know for the Retron 5, they got into a bit of hot water in terms of not having the rights. How do we get it open? We may have missed something. Probably missed a switch. Take that, Rappy. Okay, where did our friend go? Okay, they went around the corner here. I think, yes, okay, they're up here. But other than that, it looks like it works pretty well. It doesn't play the Harmony cart, which is kind of disappointing, but you can run ROMs off of it directly. So that's a plus. The downside to that is that I think it only plays up to 12 ROMs. That's all it'll recognize. I imagine there'll be a hack to it at some point where you can open it up some more and play more ROMs, but from what I understand, they did that to prevent piracy, which makes sense. You know, they're creating a system that they know could run ROMs just out of respect for the original material. They want to make sure that you don't just dump the entire catalog of Atari games on it and set it and forget it. But I also feel as though those games are available on so many different platforms that I don't think anybody really cares. We've played them on our cell phones, we've played them on emulators, we've played them on, you know, hacked portable systems. I think I have an emulator that I can play on my PSP and I can play on my 3DS. Now I don't play much Atari on any of those emulator systems just because I find the controls aren't really that great for playing emulators, particularly Atari emulators. Definitely, you got a PSP, you can load the entire original PlayStation 1 catalog on there with no problem and play it pretty well. But if you're going to play Atari, I just suggest playing it on a regular Atari because you need the paddles. That's what it all boils down to. Okay, good. We'll bring Bad Bitch back. Good thing we have lots of moon atomizers. Okay, were we able to get anything from Rappy? No, we were not. Okay, so where do we go from here? Guess we go over this way. Don't know all the twists and turns, but it looks like this game is being a little bit forgiving in terms of... Okay, here we go. Did we get this switch already? Nice. It looks like this game is being a bit forgiving in terms of like a linear path you're supposed to follow. Okay, that really didn't do a whole lot, but we need that defense material. Items. Why do we have too many items? There we go, perfect. So here's the other thing about my Atari VCS. Now I have quite a few of them. I've got I think 3 4-switch Woodies in the garage that are broken and definitely need a repair. I have not got around to it. It's been a number of years. I'm thinking of just selling the shells online. But I have an AV modded original 6-switch Light 6er Atari VCS here at home, which I think the picture looks pretty good. I think you can do a mod where you can output in S-Video as well. I've never tried that, never looked at the mod. I imagine it's fairly simple. But again, I haven't done that. I've just stuck with the regular composite mod, which I think is pretty good. Like it's light years above the RF connection that you typically run Atari games on. And it does make quite a difference having everything in stereo sound. Now, you don't actually get true stereo. You're splitting the mono stereo over two stereo RCAs out, which is fine. It just means that it's easier when you've got it hooked up to a big home theater system to not have to switch over to mono to get the sound going over all channels and not sounding as though it's kind of leaning on one side or the other. There's a guy that puts out the mod board, which is pretty cheap. I think it's about 20 bucks. It's a fairly easy mod. You do have to remove a few components, but it's not the end of the world. The only thing is, that you have to assemble the board yourself. And you got to be a little confident with soldering. I mean, that's the reality of it. I think a lot of people get deterred from having to cut components out because they think they're going to break something. And yes, you are going to break something. I would suggest maybe starting off a little bit lighter. Like grab some old boards of something, I don't know, a VCR or something like that, and practice desoldering components. Practice clipping them off and stuff like that, and see how far you get. Just to get comfortable with your soldering iron, because everything burns at different temperatures, so you always want to make sure that you're not burning through a board. You're not burning off like little copper pads on top of your board either. Okay, did we go through there already? I can't remember. And yeah, just kind of get comfortable removing the components. I think the board that you assemble, it's fairly small for the most part. I believe it's only, I think there's only 3 or 4 components that you actually have to put on. Just make sure you put them on the proper way and you'll be fine. Okay, I think we're supposed to destroy this. Boom, boom. I think we are actually supposed to break it. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. Okay, cool. I knew it. Nope. Just remembered it from last year. A lot of these custom quests are trial and error. Okay, let's head back here. Where are we going? Not going there. We are going to which door? Which door did we open? I can't remember. This drops you where? This drops you over here. There's nothing here. Okay, let's go back to this warp here. And while we're kind of quiet, let's just feed our mag while we're at it. Boom, boom. Cool. And we're good to go. Okay, what's going in the chat? Okay, what am I playing? We are playing Phantasy Star Online, and we are playing on the Silverant server. It is a private server. You can connect over PC, you can connect over your Dreamcast. Lots of different options. Okay, let's go up this way. I think... Which door did that open? Ah, this door here. Cool. Now, I do know we've missed a couple of doors, so I'm not 100% sure if we're going to... There's a lot of radiation coming from the probe. That was close. We still have to deactivate something. Okay, so we don't want to go there. We want to go back here. What did we supposed to deactivate? Ah, okay. Is this it? No. Okay, so this opens up what? This opens up... Gone through there. Go through here. And then where are we supposed to go? We are supposed to go... There was a spot where it kind of splintered off. Where was that again? Not there. Do you remember that area that splintered off? I bet you the switch is there. Okay, where was that area that splintered off? Oh wait, no, it's by the weather station, isn't it? This part right here? Connect the microchip. Okay, now we're good. Now we are good. Okay, so let's get back here. Let's go through that door again. Let's try that one more time. Right through here. Okay, cool. Dun, da, da, da. No, okay, so that wasn't quite it. That was close. Damn. Okay. Let's keep looking. Okay, so there's one more area that we're supposed to... One more area that we've missed. Where is it? Is it over here? Okay, did we go through this one? I can't recall. Gotta be one of those areas that splintered off. Okay, cool. So that warps us back to here. And is this where the original warp was? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's try this warp real quick. We'll go back to Forest 1. And let's see if we missed a spot where it splintered off. Okay, item, area map. Yeah. Yeah, that one. Okay, cool. So let's find out where we missed that last pipe. Got that switch there. We missed that before, so hopefully that means something. Okay, not there. Okay, where did it go? Where did it go? You guys know, there it is, up there, I think. Is this the one that we missed? I think it's the other one. Okay, cool. So we both agree it's the other one. So let's go to the other pipe. Over here, hopefully it has moved. I believe it was through this door. Now, do you guys remember when we passed it? There's two of these pipes. One was in the corner here. Ah, okay. No, this isn't it. Shit. Okay. That was pointless. We did unlock a new key. Maybe that unlocks a door in Forest 2. Okay, so let's go back to Forest 2 after we've made sure we've cleared this out. Make sure we haven't forgotten everything. Item, area map. Okay, let's give it a shot, see what happens. Sometimes these keys are relevant on multiple tiers. Alright, let's go back. Nothing in here. Nope, we're good. Probably something so fucking obvious, too. Oh shit, we don't want to go back here. We should have probably just jumped right back to... Oh, that place where we put the mod... Ah, oh, fuck, that's right. Okay, I forgot what we were supposed to do. Okay, you're right. We're supposed to go to... We put in the mod chip, then we walked away. We're supposed to go to the weather station now that the mod chip has been activated. Shrink, then we can go... Follow me. It's easy. I remember now. Forest 2. Okay. Yes, thank you for the help. I remember now. Okay, cool. Let's go to the weather station. Okay, where are we here? Okay. There we are. Okay. Okay. Shrink. There we are. That's what we're supposed to do. Now we can get under the radiation. Okay, where is that door again? Right through here, isn't it? It's exactly like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Exactly. Now we can slip under the radiation. Okay, now we are too small to irradiate. Let's go back to area map. Where are we supposed to go again? We are supposed to go up this way. Yes, I think we're supposed to go through that other door. Actually, it would have made life a little bit easier, but that's okay. We'll take the long way around. Okay, there's the door right there, that blue door. So if I remember correctly, now that we're small, we can slip under the radiation. Actually, I'm going to use this opportunity to feed my mag. Just so we can bump it up to level 103. Yeah. Perfect. Alright, so let's go through here. And then I think that opens up that red door, if I remember correctly. Okay. It's all coming back to me now, guys. I think this will work now. Nice and small. We've done the chip modifications. We can go around here. Okay, and what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to hit something, I bet. Are we supposed to put a key in somewhere? I can't recall exactly. We're supposed to do something with this. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh, okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Insert your key card. Okay, I'll instruct my partner. They can't see me over here. Insert key card here. Alright, sweet. Nice. Okay, we did it. Quest complete. Okay, so let's go out this way first. Did we open up that one side door? I think we did. Nice. Alright, let's get our goodies because I believe there is a Rappy here and I think we're supposed to get something from this. And then we bring it back to Pioneer. Yep. Follow me first. Big Rappy has some goodies. Okay, I remember this part. Okay, I'll just wait for my partner. Ah! You startled me. Every time I hear footsteps, I was hiding. You have no idea how dangerous it is down here lately. Dealing with the hunters who want to kill you all the time is really stressful. I've been stuck here since the probe crashed too. Once the security system engaged, I couldn't get out. Are you one of the shut off the probe? Thanks. I've been stuck here for too long. I haven't eaten in ages. Look like the kind of ranger, but someone your size can't be all bad. Do you think you could help me out? Sure. Great, I can you. I've worked up quite an appetite here. I've got a craving for mushrooms. Rappers usually eat quite well, you know. If you can find some for me, I'd be eternally grateful. Okay. I can't remember where the mushrooms are. They are crazy hidden. Let's hit Pioneer. Yep. Okay, cool. Well, let's just go back to Pioneer then, because I cannot recall where these mushrooms are. I know that Kurohime showed me one time, but it was a long time ago. Maybe I'll watch some of my older videos and see if I can figure it out there. Okay, cool. So let's go back to Pioneer and get our reward. I forget what you get from Rappy if you give him mushrooms. I don't think it's a mag, but you get something else that's kind of cool and useful. Okay. Bang, here we are. Okay, do we have any items that we need to get rid of? Yeah, definitely that. Do we need to feed our mag? Okay, we can feed our mag. Might as well do that while we're here. Okay, and let's go to... Let's go to sell some stuff, stock up on some goodies, and then claim our reward. Okay, sell. Yes. Buy. Dimates. Yes. And let's feed our mag one last time. $104. Perfect. And buy one last diamond. Cool. Okay, so let's see what our reward is over at the guild counter. Okay, let's get our reward from the guild counter. Okay, cool. So, don't have anything we have to drop off in the bank. I think we're just going to collect our reward and see who's out in the lobby. Okay, so let's talk to this guy here. UGB, you've done it. With the probe deactivated, we are already detecting decreasing radiation levels in Ragol. Pioneer 2 is no longer in danger thanks to you. Please pick up your reward at the guild counter. Thank you for your assistance. Okay. And 24 photon points. Alright, not a really useful end of the quest, but I think the majority of it lies in the Easter egg of getting the mushrooms for Rappy, but I just have no idea where to go with that right now. Okay, and it looks like the lobby is pretty clear, so let's make sure to save before we get out. And we're gonna wait for our friend to come back here, and we'll just say our goodbyes. Okay, in the meantime, I guess I gotta get back here because it appears as though I'm a little bit out of frame. That's okay. What else did I get here recently? So I got a couple of really cool things. I picked up some new comic books. So I did manage to find a copy of Age of Ultron. Right over here, and Batman vs. Bane. So I got both of these from a thrift store. They're only $1 a piece. Did manage to get another PS3. This is the model 201 for $24. So I'm going to open up the hard drive, figure out what's going on there, and probably just probably end up switching out the custom firmware while we completed the mission. Yeah, we're done. Good game. I gotta jet. It's 12 a.m. here. I'll be on Saturday, hopefully. Okay. Night for now. Okay, cool. So let's get out of here. Dun, dun, dun. Quick game. Yes. Alright, so that's going to bump us back. But the most important things I picked up recently are a couple of really cool Atari Lynx games. So I've been really enjoying my Lynx lately. And it's a lot easier on batteries than I thought it was going to be, which is kind of nice. So let's just dip back to full video here and kill this. So I already alluded to one game that I've been playing a lot of recently, and that is this right here, Toki for the links. It's a real fun game, really addictive. One of those games that's hard, but when you lose, you don't blame yourself. You're not blaming the game, you're only blaming yourself. So I picked up 2 or 3 other games as well, and I've got a couple more that I actually found some really good prices for online that are coming through. I think I showed you guys Rampage, Rampart, and Paperboy before, but here's another just kind of burner fun game, Kung Fu. It's not that great, to be honest, but it's just a fun little arcadey style pick up and play style game. Alright guys, that's about it for now. That was a lot of fun to get back into it. Again, this whole setup is kind of a work in progress, so nothing here is set in stone, but just kind of getting comfortable with the new digs downstairs and seeing what I can do with it. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. That was a fun game. We're going to do some more Frantic Fauna for sure. Hopefully we can hook up with a more experienced player, and they can maybe show us where the mushroom patch is, so when we go back to see Rappy, we can get a better reward. But I think I'm probably going to do some research in the back end just to kind of figure out that instead of having to rely on other people, because in very hard mode we were able to do it quite easily. I don't think we do quite so well in Ultimate right now, but you never know. And okay, well, that's about it, guys. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It helps out with the algorithm, gets more people familiar with PSO, and hopefully we can get some more players. In the meantime, have a good night, and we will see you another time. Take care.